Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking out today's broadcast. My name is Jonathan, and today is day 440 of my 3-year challenge to lose 300 pounds. If this is your first time checking out one of my broadcasts, a little bit about me and my channel. I'm 39 years old, and I have been overweight my whole life. And I created this challenge as a way to keep myself accountable, but also to record kind of my weight loss. I started the channel with a challenge here with two main goals to this challenge. The first main goal is that I have a lot of weight to lose. And in the past, I've set goals to lose 50 pounds or lose as much weight as I can before this event's coming up or something like that. Or many times, I would stay motivated for a few months, but then it would just kind of fall apart and I would end up going back to like my old habits and gain all the weight that I lost back. So this time I knew that I needed to really challenge myself to lose more weight than I ever have before and to finally get to a healthy weight. And so that's why I challenged myself to lose 300 pounds. The other big part of this challenge is that I know it's going to take a long time to lose that weight, but not only do I need to take the time to lose that weight, but I need to find how to maintain that weight loss and how to live a healthier lifestyle. And so really for me, one of the bigger parts of this challenge is the fact that I'm committed to doing this for 3 years. And so far everything has been going awesome. I'm like 14 months in. I'm at 195 pounds lost and I feel great. I started off the challenge with a water fast that I did for an incredible 1,000 hours, which is over 40 days if you do the math. It was a great experience for me to do. And I was able to lose 90 pounds in that time. I started at 519.8 and was able to lose 90 pounds. Um, since then, I have switched to a whole food plant based diet with no added salt, oil, or sugar. I have done an okay job with staying on the diet. The last few months have been a little more difficult, but the most recently, month I've been doing great. Um, and I really enjoy the diet, and everything has been going so well so far. If anybody has any non-scale victories they'd like to share, I'd love to hear your guys' non-scale victories. If you got on a scale and you want to share how you did, I'd love to hear that too. Any questions, comments, anything? We got a big weekend coming up here. And then if you guys have not already subscribed to my channel, make sure you do get subscribed to the channel. Like this video, share it with somebody you might think needs a little bit of help or inspiration or something, and make sure you comment below. So we'll get ready to go in a second. All right. I hope you guys all had a great evening. I know I had a really good evening last night. The weather was a little bit warmer, so it hasn't been like Arctic cold in our house. And so that has been nice that it has been warming up. But then it also makes everything all wet. You let the dog out and uh, he tracks mud back into the house. Anthony's saying hi. You can't stay, but saying hi. Awesome, Anthony. I hope you have a great, had a great day and have a great weekend. I might not see you till Tuesday. I'm not sure what my plan is. So, but you have a great weekend. Let's see. Yesterday Carrie didn't know what we were going to do for dinner, so even when I got home I'm not sure she 100% knew what we were doing for dinner. I'm just kidding, she did. But she ended up making, it was a recipe from Well Your World that is called loaded sweet potatoes, and I think that they generally have a pico that Carrie did not have. um but we ended up having the loaded sweet potatoes. It was she actually cooked two different sweet potatoes. She cooked a regular sweet potato and then a Japanese sweet potato, and then cut them in half, and we each had half of a Japanese and half of a regular sweet potato. I really enjoyed both of them. uh There was also some roasted chickpeas on the top that were very good as well. I don't know if this is the recipe she's done before, but she had done a recipe very similar to this before that I really enjoyed with the Japanese sweet potato. Um, but it was a great meal to have. It wasn't a ton of food. It wasn't something that, stuffed me full. So of course, I had to make myself some avocado toast with the mango pico de gallo. So but really overall food last night, I don't feel like I ended up stuffing myself like I did Wednesday night. Um I still feel pretty full and the scale is still up from the weigh-in, so I know that I ended up eating a lot of food, but it just wasn't a ton last night. I didn't have seconds of the dinner and I didn't have I don't know if I think I've run out of mangoes, which is one of my go-to snacks is the dehydrated mangoes. So, um anyways, that was dinner, and then this morning breakfast was kind of the same breakfast we have every day. Steel cut oats, maybe mixed with oat groats. I'm not sure. I definitely know they were steel cut oats and apple banana, a little bit of seeds in there with some cinnamon, and that is a great breakfast that we have every morning. Oh, we put peanut butter in there too. We put some almond butter, not peanut butter, almond butter that we get from Costco. Um, that is kind of the standard breakfast that we have every morning, and that's what we had again this morning. So, it was yeah, I already talked about dinner last night. It was good. I liked the sweet potatoes. It was something that we had not had for a little while. Um, the the little chickpeas were nice that they had a lot of flavoring on them as well and kind of added some crunch to the meal. Um, let's see. I have been reading or listening to on Audible book, The Future of Nutrition by Campbell. Carrie says happy Friday. Happy Friday to you too, Carrie. Um the the book, The Future of Nutrition by uh Dr. Campbell. I'm continuing to read that book. Uh I really like it. It's kind of frustrating though because it's made me I feel like it's caused or it's invoked thought in me maybe. And so when he starts talking about something, I find that it causes me to kind of sidetrack mentally a little bit. So I did have to rewind it a couple times on my way into work today, I guess. And I don't really I think it was the book though. Like I think it was the information the book was talking about and not so much just me having a short attention span. I don't know. Maybe it was. Anyways, um the uh the book is been cool though. Like and it's uh the part that I'm listening to now or the bulk of what I am listening to right now, he is really talking about the history of nutrition and its relation specifically with cancer. Talks about a lot with cancer. And he unfortunately I can't remember the guy's name currently, but he does talk a lot about a guy um that was doing research in like the early 1900s, like from 1915 to 1937. He had done a lot of research into cancer, and it was just an interesting story because the guy came from an insurance kind of background, and uh he was dealing with, I believe, what got him probably interested in cancer was he was dealing with people who were having issues from jobs that were dusty. So people that worked in like graphite mines and places where they were inhaling a lot of dust. And then he went from that to somehow being very involved in researching of cancer and the causes of cancer. The guy was a statistician, and so it was, he was very interested in the numbers and the causes, and he had done some studies and really pushed for uh a lot more. He wanted more research to be done on nutrition and its effects on cancer. And it wasn't clear, like, this stuff is from, like, 100 plus years ago now, and so, uh, there's not a lot of information, I guess, or the book, uh, probably this book, The Future of Nutrition, I imagine, has condensed all of the information that was available about this guy and kind of what he had to do with, cancer research, uh, and the fact that like nobody, like it's weird, like there's this guy was one of the founding members of like the cancer research societies, but nobody knows much about that guy because his information never kind of went mainstream, I guess. I'm not sure. Or and the book might get into maybe where there was some suppression of the information that he was trying to get out, um and it just wasn't listened to, or like there was, it was crazy. Like it seems like they just dismissed the idea that nutrition could have any impact on cancer. And you know, since then, I think, I know that Dr. Campbell has really pushed for a whole food plant-based diet most of his career, but I think that this book is just kind of showing that Dr. Campbell's not the first doctor, and these doctors that we have currently that we are listening to, or that we're seeing these books come out from, are not really the pioneers. Like they seem like they're the pioneers because it their voices are being heard now within the last 20 years, but there were people out there in the 70s and the 80s, or even as far back as the 1920s, saying that, we should look at, and it's crazy is they call it like a vegetable diet because the word vegetarian wasn't even invented at the time, and the word vegan definitely didn't exist back that long ago. So they were talking about the benefits of a vegetable diet uh 100 plus years ago. And you know, why isn't there more research from that time, I guess, and maybe there's not a lot of research in any topics from that time. But uh this book, it's been, I'm excited about it. I really like the information that they're giving out, and it really uh uh there's so many different reasons why I'm happy with this diet. And one of them that I bring up is that I'm no longer part of this system where I get marketed to, or I get sold items based on the colors of the logo and the marketing of the product. Like, and I think that there's a lot of that industry that has influenced what we eat, like, and the drugs, as well. But it it's it's just reading this book and listening to these things where it's like from the beginning there has been these voices that are getting listened to, that are using money to be heard, and it's scary. Like, uh to think of how much of the stuff that our government has issued as fact, or maybe things they decided not to release, even, just to protect somebody else's interest, uh, or some company's interest, you know? It's a crazy system. And one of the things that I didn't know was going to be a side effect was how much I love that I don't worry about the new combo that they have at the fast food restaurants anymore. I'm not concerned about whether or not I want to try the new taco that they came out with, which is really just the same ingredients as the old taco, just in a new order with one extra thing, you know. And uh but they market it and they spend the money and it gets to your eyeballs, and then that's all they have to do. All they have to do is get you to see that stuff, because they know that they have a huge percentage of the population conditioned, you know, like the when I visualize, if I visually saw a cheeseburger from a fast food restaurant, I would know how it tasted. I would know, and it would invoke kind of that um the uh drive to want it, I guess, you know. But uh I don't have that issue anymore. You know, like it's weird. Like I'm away from it. Like I'm finding that I'm definitely not tempted really by any of the um yeah, by any of the meat, you know. Like it's the other stuff that tempts me, you know, like getting French fries from Burger King. Like it seems like it would be not a big deal, but it's really it. They're not good for you. They're not worth ordering. The Yeah. So overall, I'm liking the book. It's like an 11-hour book, probably an hour into it. So it'll probably be a couple weeks before I finish the whole thing. Plus, we have this long weekend, and I don't think I'm going to be working Monday. So um, that's usually when I listen to the book, is when I come to work and I go home from work. So I get about an hour of audio book per day. So but I'm really looking forward to listening to more of this book, and I can't wait to find out more information and learn about more of these studies and this information that we haven't seen over the past few years. So all right, let's see what else I had here. um Yeah, so yeah, I guess I talked that it is a holiday weekend. Actually the biggest holiday that there is that nobody knows about. But on Monday, in case you guys didn't know, it is me and Carrie's wedding anniversary. And so I'm very excited that we are going to be celebrating 13 years of wedded bliss together. And so it actually being on a holiday works out nice. It was kind of, you know, we got married a holiday weekend. So it, more often than not, our anniversary ends up on a 3-day weekend, which is kind of a nice thing to have happen. And so we will probably um, have a wonderful day at home, yelling at our kids, wishing that, yeah. Yes. It'll be wonderful. Yes. Carrie says 13 years. Yes. Congratulations. You put up with me for that long. Your prize is to spend another 80 years with me. And then I'm doing this health thing where I'm losing weight. So you're really going to be stuck with me longer. I know that you were hoping that I'd get the heart attack and be out of here. You know, you got the kids out of me. That's what you needed. So, um, I know you couldn't handle it without me. Anyways, so yeah, we got that this weekend. I'm actually going to take my scale home with me because it's a long weekend. I did that the last time it was a long weekend. Carrie's probably really excited about the idea that I'm bringing home my scale with me, because the last time we had a long weekend and I took the scale home with me and I weighed in, I don't know if maybe it was a Sunday or Monday. It was like the last day of the weekend, and I had gained multiple pounds. Uh, I was not very happy with how things were, and then I think I came back and ended up losing weight that week anyways. But um, if I hadn't taken the scale home, gotten on the scale, put myself in a shit mood, who knows if I would have lost weight that week though, right? So I don't know. Who knows? So I have taken the scale home with me. I will probably hop on the scale just to keep myself accountable. I have found that it is beneficial for me to just have an eye on. I don't get upset about being up. I am heavier than 324.8 pounds right now. I'm not upset about it. I know that I have this kind of thing I'm doing throughout the week where on Wednesday I weigh in, I'm at my lightest, I put on a feed bag Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I get all, I realize that I overdone it for the last 4 days, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, I skip breakfast and I end up being down. So I think I think I'll be okay. But it is frustrating having the scale go up, but I know it's going to go down. It's on a. I'm annoyed with myself. I don't have a graph. I need to put a graph together that has all the weigh-ins I've ever done just to kind of have it all together. But um, it's on a downward trend. It's going in the right direction now. It's but been been fun. So other than that, just really for the weekend, I know that it can be tough being at home or having, kind of things change up, and I'm kind of looking forward to the long weekend though. It's always fun to hang out. I know uh last weekend I spent building a Lego set, and my other child has a Lego set that is not it's about half the size of the 3,700 piece set we did. I think this one is like 1,100. It's a Harry Potter thing that she got for Christmas that we will probably end up spending the day working on that one of the days this week. So that's really the only plans I have for the weekend. I think that the weather is planning on snowing around here too, so that will always put a damper on doing much out. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go live Monday. I don't know what it depends on what I do for work going in. Maybe we can do a special me and you live. We'll get somebody to watch the kids and me and you will go live together or something. Uh but anyways, um I really don't have much else lined up for today, guys. I'm in a great spot with the diet. I'm down, 9 pounds in the last 3 weeks. So that is, an awesome direction to be going with my weight loss. I have no doubt that I'm going to, continue to keep going down in weight. I got to get that goal. This year's goal is to hit 219.8 pounds by uh the end of the year. And I have to have every way in going the right direction. So I have to stay on diet. I think that continuing to remind myself of that helps me um stay motivated towards it as well, because I really need to spend that last 11 months maintaining or figuring out, what I need to do, or find out if what I'm doing now is what I need to do the rest of my life, which I really don't have a problem with. I liking what I'm doing now more and more every day. I feel awesome. The it's wild the amount of swelling I used to have that is gone. Like just that I didn't even know that it was causing me these ankle pains and these leg pains and these body pains. But I really think that eating this diet has been key to my overall success with all of this, you know. And I know it's crazy how from the outside this seems like it would be an impossible thing to do, to eat a whole food plant-based diet with no added salt, oil, and sugar. And um it does seem impossible, but it's not. And it is so much more satisfying than I ever would have imagined it would be, you know. And the weight loss really adds to that. So thanks guys for checking out the broadcast today. I'm going to get out of here for the weekend. Who knows, if you want to find out what I'm doing Monday before Monday, join the Discord. That is down below. Maybe I'll let people know on the Discord what we end up doing before we end up doing it. And then I will definitely be back by Tuesday. I have to get back into the swing of things. I can't let this weekend sidetrack me too much because I will have that weigh-in Wednesday. I got to get this weight I put on the last couple days off. So you guys all have a wonderful weekend. I hope that everything goes great for you. And if you haven't started your diet yet, get started right now. There's no reason to wait. There's nothing coming up this weekend that is more important than you getting your health and your wellness under control. And the thing that is common amongst everybody who succeeds and gets to their end is that when they look back, they always wish they would have started sooner. They wish they would have known how good they were going to feel. And I'm only halfway there. And I wish that I would have started sooner. You know, I mean, there's so many times that should have been the catalyst for me to get started that I didn't let be the catalyst. So get started now, guys. We will see you next week for another week of live streams. Awesome.